Cadence found the photo buried at the bottom of an old cheerleading box she hadn't opened in years. It was stuck to the back of a ribbon she barely remembered winning, creased at the edges like someone had tried to forget it. She stared at it for a long time. She had been there. Not just seen it, been there, walked its halls, touched its chipped railings. She remembered the feel of her father's hand around hers, guiding her up creaky wooden steps, but that didn't make sense. At dinner, she held up the photo. Her mother looked up, fork frozen halfway to her mouth. The silence that followed was sharp. Her mother set her fork down slowly. "Where did you get that?" Her mother stood, walked around the table, snatched the photo from Cadence's hand. "You were never in this place," she said, voice low. That night, Cadence waited until the house was quiet. She tiptoed into the kitchen, pulled the photo from beneath a wet coffee filter. Something about the image made her hands shake. Not fear, familiarity, like it belonged to her more than her own room. Sleep didn't come easy. When it did, it came heavy and deep. She dreamed of fog. A shape appeared in the upstairs window. Her father, he was exactly how she remembered. He pressed one hand to the glass. His mouth moved, but no sound came. Then he smiled. She took a step forward and woke with a jolt. Her room was freezing. Her blanket had slipped halfway to the floor. When she reached down to pull it up, her hand touched something wet. She snapped on the lamp. There were footprints on the carpet, small ones, bare, leading from the door to her nightstand, and stopping there. She reached for it with trembling fingers, peeled it open. The photo was still there. But now, the upstairs window was different. Instead of blackness, there was her father's face. She slammed the book shut and bolted from the room. Kaylee rolled over in bed as Cadence passed, muttering something sleepy and incoherent. Cadence sat at the top of the stairs for hours, knees pulled to her chest. She didn't sleep again. And the next morning, the photo was gone. Only the wet footprints remained. She felt a chill run down her spine as she traced the path of the footprints, doubts swirling in her mind about what really happened during the night. Cadence knew she had to confront the truth, to uncover the mystery that connected her memories, her family, and the haunting photo. As she opened the door, a rush of cool air greeted her, carrying whispers of the past that seemed to beckon her forward into the unknown. With every step, she could feel the weight of her memories pressing down on her, urging her to find the truth hidden in the shadows of her past. As the haze begins to clear, she could see a figure standing before her, a ghost of the past, beckoning her to uncover the truth behind the haunting memories. It was him, her father, just as she remembered, yet shrouded in an otherworldly glow, urging her to step closer and embrace the truth she's longed to discover. With each step, memories flood back, laughs shared, promises made, and a longing that had silently echoed through her life. "Cadence," he says softly, his voice like a distant echo that breaks through the silence, pulling her deeper into the past that has always felt just out of reach. "I've been waiting for you to remember," he continues, his tone earnest, as if unveiling layers of secrets still hidden in her heart. "Remember what?" she whispers, her voice trembling as the memories of laughter and love resurface alongside the shadows of pain and loss. "The truth of who you are and where we came from," he replies, his voice steady yet filled with a depth of emotion that makes her heart ache. "You need to remember, Cadence. The past holds the key to understanding your present, and it's time to reclaim what was lost." "I'm ready," she responds, her voice stronger now, resonating with newfound resolve as she steps closer to him, bridging the gap between their worlds. In that moment, the weight of forgotten memories starts to lift, and she realizes this is the beginning of reclaiming her history and her truth. "Together, we can face what lies ahead," he whispers, his voice echoing with the promise of reclaiming everything they had lost. With each heartbeat, she feels stronger, ready to step into the light and uncover the truth that will finally set her free from the shadows of uncertainty. As they take their first steps forward, Cadence feels an exhilarating sense of freedom, knowing she is finally ready to embrace her past and the family legacy that awaits. Together they venture into the unknown, each step echoing a promise that the journey to uncover the truth will be filled with discovery, healing, and love. "There's so much to show you, so many memories to reclaim," her father says, his voice steady and full of hope, leading her deeper into the heart of their shared history. In this enchanted space, she can almost hear the whispers of her younger self, filled with curiosity and wonder, inviting her to remember the happiness that once was. "This is where our adventures began," he says softly, gesturing around them, as if inviting her to relive the moments that shaped their bond. "Remember the summer picnics, the stories I told you?" he prompts, a playful smile tugging at his lips as she nods, flooded with vivid memories. "Those were our moments, just you and me, away from everything else," he says, his voice filled with warmth as she looks up at him, her heart swelling with love. So later that night, Cadence woke to the sound of breathing, but it wasn't hers. It came from the far wall, slow, wet, steady, something exhaling against the paint. The room was too dark. She blinked once, twice. Her eyes wouldn't adjust. She sat up, and that's when she realized she wasn't in her bed. The covers were wrong. The mattress too thin. Her hand slipped over the edge and touched cold metal. A hospital bed. But when she looked down, she saw her old cheer uniform draped over a chair, faded, torn, her name stitched into the chest, slashed through with black thread. This wasn't her room. It was the one in the house. She turned and he was there. Travis, her dad, or what looked like him. Only this time, something had changed. His eyes were darker, his voice was lower, his smile was wrong, too wide, too still, like it had been sewn into his face. You remembered more, he said softly. That's why I could come again. Where am I? She whispered. The past, he said, not a memory, the real place. You left a piece of yourself here. I'm showing you what you buried. He moved to the door and motioned for her to follow. The hallway pulsed. The wallpaper bled patterns that twisted into words she couldn't read. Each step was sticky. The air got colder. And the whispering, children's voices started again. But this time they weren't chanting. They were screaming. She followed him down the hall, past the cradle, past the rotting stairs. The house changed around them, room by room, wall by wall, until they stood in a basement lit by flickering TV static. The static showed a younger version of her, barely 7, crying in her cheer uniform, alone, forgotten. What is this? She asked. You don't remember what happened after I died, he said. Not fully, but the house does. The image twisted. Her father appeared on the screen, holding her, smiling, then snapping her head toward the TV. Except that didn't happen. She was sure. Or was she? She backed away. That's not real. Isn't it? He asked. His face began to shift, not melt, fracture, like old glass cracking from beneath. She ran, up the stairs, through a hallway that bent in on itself like a throat. The walls breathed. Doors slammed shut as she passed. A voice followed, his voice layered, wrong. You said you missed me. You said you loved me. You let me back in. She tripped and fell through a door and landed in a different version of the house. One cleaner, brighter. Cadence, honey, Daddy's home. She turned. Her real father stepped through the door, alive, smiling, holding a gift bag. No, she said, you're dead. I saw the... He dropped the bag. His eyes went black, his mouth unhinged. The house twisted again. The floor buckled, and she fell back into the first version. The rot, the mold, the blood. She was alone, except for a shape at the far end of the hall. It didn't move, it just watched. She crawled toward it, and as she got closer, she saw the truth. It was her father, but not like before. This one was faded, real, transparent, the real ghost. The thing she'd been following was something else wearing his face. I couldn't protect you, the ghost whispered, trembling. But I can help you now. I was trying to find you. But something else came through first. Cadence wept. How do I know it's you? He smiled, soft, sad, tired. You used to draw hearts on my work boots with Sharpie before I left for the warehouse. Said it would protect me. Her breath caught. That was him. There's still time, he said. You have to trap it. It lives in the memory you fear most. I don't know what that is, she sobbed. Yes, you do. The night I died. And suddenly, she was there. 7 years old. Her mom screaming on the porch, her dad driving away, the rain, the headlights, and Cadence running into the street. The crash. It wasn't an accident. She had caused it. She had chased him. The house fed on that guilt. That's why it wouldn't let her go. She screamed, raw, loud, furious. The house roared back. And then she felt a hand in hers, cold, fading. Her father. Say goodbye, he whispered. Really say it this time. She closed her eyes. I love you, Daddy. And let go. Everything collapsed into black. In that instant, she understands that the shadows can't follow her anymore. Cadence steps forward, her heart unburdened, ready to embrace whatever comes next. She walks onward, knowing that she has finally reclaimed her life. The future ahead shines bright, unclouded by the darkness of her past. She knows she will carry the love of her father with her, guiding her every step. Cadence takes a deep breath, feeling the warmth of the sun on her face, full of promise and possibility. With each step, she reclaims her story, writing the next chapter of her life filled with resilience and love. Cadence smiles, ready to embrace the future with open arms. She knows that while the past shaped her, it will no longer define her. A new chapter unfolds, filled with endless possibilities and the promise of new beginnings. With each step, she feels stronger, prepared to write her own narrative. Every heartbeat resonates with hope, marking the beginning of a beautiful adventure ahead. In this new place, she feels a sense of belonging that she has longed for. Cadence smiles, ready to embrace every moment and build a brighter future.